What is going on, everybody? We are back at one of my favorite courses, Caesars Ford Park. And today we're going to be taking a look at Gannon Buhr's Collar Glow Horizon Sea Line Cloud Breaker. Jiminy Christmas, that's a lot. So we have another cloud breaker. This time, Gannon Buhr's name is all over instead of Eagle McMahon. What a sad kind of cool time, I guess. And also the first time it's been in this Collar Glow Horizon plastic. The disc itself, flight numbers 12.5 -13. I'm assuming this is going to be pretty beefy for my arm, but that's why we're out here today to test it. So I'm going to play 9 holes. I'm actually going to play the back 9 because the holes I think will be better for throwing this and throwing bombs. Discmania is saying this is going to fly more overstable compared to recent versions, which seems interesting because they do have the Horizon. Actually, I have it with me. They have this golden Horizon one, which I feel like is just ultra overstable, so we'll have to throw this a couple times as well. Players with more arm speed and power will be able to obtain full Anheuser flights out of it, which that tells me already that we're going to have to start this on Annie all day long. Those with a bit less power will take advantage of the great amount of glide. I'll be the one to judge that, I guess. So let's just hop right into this, see how we can do with the cloud breaker only. I have a putter and a jawbreaker zone also to get me through this round. We got hole 1 here, 513 feet. It's gonna be a par 4, probably the easiest par 4 we'll play today. Basically just gonna try to start this on a little bit of Anheuser, stay away from the long grass and make it easy. Oh yeah, it's gonna be stable. That's not necessarily away from the long grass, but it is out of it. Let's throw this Golden Horizon as well. Honestly, I feel like this one could be more stable than that one just based off that first throw. That's a lot better line. I feel like it dumps a little bit harder. It's gonna land basically in the same spot. When they first announced the Cloud Breaker as like a Creator Series disc, I don't know if you guys remember that, I believe those cloud breakers were the straightest cloud breakers they had made. I wish I had one of those. I forget what plastic they are because I'm not that familiar with Discmania plastic, but I wish I had one of those for a comparison. Unfortunately, all I have is that Golden Horizon cloud breaker. You might as well just go in the basket for me. Oh my goodness. We got about 5 extra feet of distance with the Golden Horizon. Before we get too far into this video, I just want to do a quick shout out to discgolfdealsusa.com. Without them, a lot of these videos would not happen. So if you want to help support them and also this channel, use the link down below for your future disc purchases. That'll help you save 10% off your order. It does exclude MVP. Hole 2 is going to sit up on that hill, 423 feet away. Another par 4 here, so with hole 1 and 2, these are pretty easy par 4s. You'd hope to get them. Once again with the cloud breaker, just going to try to put it on a little bit more Annie. Stay away from that long grass on the left. I don't think it's necessarily OB, but it's not fun to look for a disc in. I'll stay out of the tree. Yes, kind of. Yeah, that's fine. I really don't think I'm going to be able to throw this disc very far. I'll try to go a little bit higher with the Horizon. Well, it was definitely a better line, just a little bit more Anheuser. That's a great spot though, really. I clipped that tree, so I only threw this about 300 feet, which is just gonna leave me a nice little jawbreaker into the hillside. Let it skip on up. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. Skip and sit. Okay, I'm saved, but that was a bad approach shot. Hole 3 for us, no matter what pad we play, I don't think we're going to be throwing cloud breaker, so I'm just going to throw a quick zone shot here on the gold pad, looking at 240 feet. I tried this play in tournament, it didn't work, but I think it's the play for me. Oh, it hit one branch. If it misses, that is perfect, but we still have a putt. I'll be damned, this is a little bit more perfect than I thought. I'm just gonna mark that down, 3 for 3. A slight detour off the video, but we'll get back to it on this next hole. We should have a lot of fun here on hole 4, par 5, 849 feet. So hopefully 3 consecutive shots with the cloud breaker and we'll get to the pin. This time I really have to trust it on the Annie because you do have that long grass that comes into play pretty quickly. I could throw forehand out there, but if you watched yesterday's video, I have a blister forming here because I threw a lot of forehands this past weekend, and it does not feel good when I throw a forehand with a driver. With a slower speed, it's not as bad because the rim isn't as sharp. But with that being said, we're just gonna try to throw the backhand. That's fine. Nice and low, skip. Wow, that grass is thick. You know, so far I feel like I'm not overly impressed with it, but I think part of that has to do that I do have a slower arm speed. It does seem like it possibly offers a little bit more glide than that Golden Horizon one, but other than that, I'm not seeing anything too different. It's just another driver that I can't throw, basically. I can throw it, but I gotta put it on some angle. So for me personally, I probably don't see myself using this for my max distance shots just because of my arm, but more like shots like this where I really need to get left. So with this disc, instead of having to throw it on hyzer, I should be able to throw it relatively flat. It's gonna fly pretty straight for the majority of the flight, but it should fade pretty hard left. There we go. Yeah, and that should set me up to at least access the basket. I thought maybe we'd have to throw the Cloudbreaker 3 times in a row, but I actually think I'm gonna opt for something slower here like the zone. There is water behind the basket, so if we do hit the gap, I really don't want any skips in there. Oh, that zone is a little too straight. We got a bit lucky just to stay in bounds. Hopefully we can capitalize on the break. Ooh, corner pocket. I like that left side a lot. That's basically because I can't hit pro side apparently, but we'll take AM side. Hole 5 for us is only coming in at 258 feet. I think I am gonna have to throw the forehand here because there's no way I'm gonna be able to hold this over. Even though it's not very far, I think it'll still come out of it. We're just gonna go hyzer forehand. It might hurt a little bit, but I'm for the viewers, you know? Gotta get down in a hurry. You can see how stable it is right there. I guess it's not surprising I went a little deep here. The hole's only 258, I think I said, and I threw Cloudbreaker, so that's a bit extreme. No, my first par. I was on a heater there for a second. We're going with the gold pad here on hole 6 just to make it a little bit longer, 339 feet. If we really wanted to make it difficult for the tournament, they did a diamond shape down there as an island. It's very small. We're probably not going to play that, but hopefully we land inside it because then we basically bullseyed it. Oh yeah. I hit one of the flags to get into the circle. Back with the birdie, let's go. Hole 7, 555 feet. This really is kind of 2 forehand, so we're going to have to suffer again. But this one just bends around that corner. It might be kind of hard to see because it looks a little dark in the camera, but there's a corner up there and it keeps on bending uphill basically. We're gonna try to throw a forehand to that corner and then potentially another forehand depending on where we land. Nope, that is terrible. That is a pitch out. I know how overstable it is, so I have to make sure I get it out wide. I think I'm babying him a little bit just because of this blister. Try to pitch this around the corner. Sometimes disc golf is very boring when you're throwing bad shots. The basket actually sits up on the right side. It's behind a bunch of skinny trees. So if you don't beat the skinny trees, it's really hard to give yourself a putt. I'm gonna try to throw a nice little flex forehand that swoops pretty left before coming back in. Depends if that gets lucky or not. It didn't. Actually, it hit a tree and went way right. So still a little bit more overstable than I'm giving it credit for. Drop. Pretty easy to take a bogey on this one when you don't have a good drive, just because that extra shot, you just got to pitch it out. Hole 8 for us is going to be a par 4 at 522 feet. Really, this tee shot, you just want to land in the middle of those trees. Anywhere in that gap, and you can kind of make something happen. I'm going to try to throw this Cloudbreaker, the majority flat, maybe a little bit of ante. Try to hit this right side and allow it to skip left. I like it. Oh yeah, it did hit one tree, but again, that's kind of all you're looking for here. I could have got it a little bit more flat, pushing straighter. That kind of was more of a hyzer angle, I feel like. You might be able to see the basket elevated on a podium up there. With this Cloudbreaker shot, it left me a jawbreaker zone on a little bit of hyzer and let it fade over. I can't believe I hit that tree. I had so much room on that left side. Get it? Oh, wow, missed it on the left. Honestly, guys, let me know what you guys think of the Cloud Breakers. Are you a big fan of the Cloud Breakers? I feel like every time they come out, I'll get one, I'll try it, and then it just sits in my collection the whole time. Like, I never actually keep them in the bag for very long, if they even make it. This tee shot is a bit of a mess. Hopefully we can just get something down there, get out of the gap, and then we should be home free. Bit of a spray and pray here. Try to put this on a little bit of Annie. Nope, that is in the woods. Hopefully that kicked right or just straight down. I did not get that on any bit of Annie. There's really like no way to film this. I'm just gonna have to show you where I land. I'm gonna try to put down a forehand roller. By my reaction, you can probably tell if it's good or bad. It is very bad. Awful, actually. We're playing for par now because really you need to get out of this gap in 2 to give yourself a chance. It's a dog leg left. I'm looking just to get out of this opening, hopefully pretty far left. That way the approach is easy and we get our par. Nope. Unbelievable. All right, I got a Cloud Breaker and a dream here. I really got to hook this over the road kind of far and just let it hyzer in, because this basket, the green slopes left downhill. It's got the distance and the skip and the roll. All right, guys, we saved the par, which means I think we shot 4 under with 1 bogey, which is pretty good considering I only had a Cloud Breaker and a couple approach discs. As far as the Cloud Breaker goes, honestly, I do think I like it better than the Golden Horizon. Will I bag it? Probably not. I feel like it's too much disc for me and how I play the game. Like, I throw a lot of hyzers, so I'd rather go a little bit more flippy. Now, I could see myself using this for those straight hyzering shots for sure, or some bigger hyzer shots, but other than that, I don't see myself pulling this disc out very often. I do think you could argue that it has a little bit more glide than that Golden Horizon one that I brought out today, but truthfully, it's kind of hard for me to tell considering how I'm throwing it. It's dumping out pretty quickly. But I hope you enjoyed the video. What do you guys think about the Cloud Breakers? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Let me know down in the comments. And if you want me to compare this to any other discs, doing a field test video, let me know also. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.